Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between MarineKingPrime and WhiteRa. It is a PvT on Antiga Shipyard, and you heard that correct. WhiteRa versus the Marine King. And currently WhiteRa is in Taiwan. I'm assuming that Marine King is as well, as I did see a picture of him on one of the managers of TT Esports Twitter, which WhiteRa is with. Of course, he is personally sponsored by them. They love having him around, and well, WhiteRa just loves going places, seeing his fans. I've seen him at MLG, and man, is he happy to see fans. WhiteRa is going to be building that 9 pylon, and then moving out to scout. It is MLG Antiga Shipyard, so he should scout just complete cross position first. Marine King gonna be building a supply depot right in that mineral line, not losing any mining time whatsoever doing that, or at least minimizing it, because of course the SCV, while building it, does lose some mining time, but that is just the Terran way. They have mules, so it's all okay. We'll see what Marine King does after a 12 barracks, because there is no other opener besides a 12 racks. The variation generally in TVP is for a 1 racks fast expand, or a 13 gas into something, as that does open all the possibilities. WhiteRa is going to be coming in here, will be seeing that barracks, harass that SCV just a little bit. Then the prob's like, I'm sorry, I'm just your friend, and stops doing it. Then another SCV comes, starting a fight, and WhiteRa better back out of that. And has he seen that gas? No, he hasn't. Is he going to go up and check? That may be okay. He is going to be going right back up to double check that, because that would be a huge blunder, not going to check that gas timing out. And there we go. We do have Marine King gaining that gas. And gas is so important to see the timings. If you know the timings, you know how quickly your opponent will tech up. We'll see what Marine King ends up doing, if he goes for another barracks or goes for a factory. Knowing him, he will be building another barracks, because Marine King is a very aggressive Terran when he plays bioplay. He doesn't really play mech in TVP. I've seen him do it in TVZ several times, but in TVP, no one really goes mech. His other option is a Banshee, but Marine King, not known for his Banshee control, he is known for his Marine control, hence the name. And there we go, a reactor is being built on that barracks, and another one is being built. Of course, the reactor does have a 50-second build time, and Marine King is completely blind to what WhiteRa is doing, but he is going to scout all around. And of course, there's really nothing that WhiteRa could do to punish this reactor, unless it was like a proxy gate play, which WhiteRa not really known to do. He is one of the more straight-up, old-fashioned players. Sub-next core on the way for WhiteRa. And going to be moving out with that first Zealot, of course. He doesn't really know what Marine King has done just yet. Just sees the 1 barracks, the gas, and the orbital command. And beyond that, he is completely clueless. Marine King's options are very fast medevacs, mech, which you don't see often anymore, and Banshees. Those are the 3 main things that Marine King will branch off to after that 1 reactor. We do have the Marine coming back up from scouting. He just checked all around down here, and is going to keep his Marines on this 1 ramp. The Marine, of course, does have a 25-second build time. So after 2 full productions of Marines, it does catch up to the reactor. So it does take 3 full productions of Marines for him to be ahead in Marine count. And I only say that because as the Zealot is walking in, he is going to see 5 Marines, and that should not be enough for WhiteRa to know instantly. Oh, is it going to go down? No. But it's not enough for WhiteRa to know there were 2 barracks or not, or if it was a reactor or not. He still is completely in the dark in that SCV, trying to get that killing blow on the Zealot, which he does actually do. That is, oh no, a Marine did get that. Now the Stalker gonna be cutting around the Marines, does take that SCV out, and does not get a chance to see this 1 Marauder. Of course, WhiteRa right now completely in the dark of what Marine King is doing. We do have a sentry coming out that does see the Marauder, so now WhiteRa should know, okay, you have 2 barracks because your Marine count is high enough where you couldn't stop Marine production, or you got to react on 1 barracks. And then a Marauder does come out, so WhiteRa in a little bit of trouble. He is getting his Nexus up. Will he cancel that? He did go for that 1 gate expanded. His warp gate's now just finishing at the 6 minutes and 15-second mark. The Stalker going to get a few hits. Marine King, though, just going to be bolting up this ramp. That warp gates is done. He can warp in no units right now. Actually warping in 1 Stalker. There is the 1 Marauder. He's going to be tugging that pylon. That will not turn WhiteRa supply upside down if it does go down. Probes have been pulled off the line to act as a buffer. Keep in mind, WhiteRa does have expansion up, so he's not going to be losing all that. Well, he's going to lose probes, but it's not going to be game-ending. The Marauder does die. And RageQuitTV is going to be fending this push off, but Marine King says, no, 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 I am not done with this just yet. RageQuitTV trying to do his best, targeting that he can on those Marines. Maybe he's not. The Marauder is getting targeted from the high ground, but those Stalkers now have to run around. This Stalker does get, no, it doesn't get a killing blow, but 2 should come in and finish that one off. It's at 8 HP. Will he target this down? Yes. RageQuitTV does target that, now going after that other Marauder. The other Marauder will be going down, but another one does join. Wait, no, RageQuitTV missed the Marauder. Attacked another Marine. Marine King going to be keeping that one in the back now. It's just 1 hit from dead. And Marine King going to keep up with this engagement because bioplay against other minerals is very cost effective. But once the Protoss can ramp up that gas, then the bioplay becomes less and less effective. So Marine King wants to do all these engagements while he can. He is getting a factory right now along with another barracks. Assuming he's going to be going up into medevac play, that should come out around the 10-minute or 11-minute mark, I believe, is when the medevacs start hitting. And that one Stalker looks like it is going to be doomed, and now these 4 Marines going to be charging at this one Stalker. Of course, the Stalker a little bit faster, does take some damage, but will be retreating. Marine King will most likely just keep on this pressure, keeping this force as low as possible, so when his medevacs do hit, RageQuitTV won't have his forces split up because he'll have so few forces that Marine King's pretty much guaranteed damage with that medevac drop, and he is not getting a starport right now. There he goes. There goes that starport timing right at 9 minutes. It has a 50-second build time, so it will be finishing around the 10-minute mark, swapping with the reactor on that factory, and you should see medevacs right around the 11 minutes. Marine King did expand behind this if you were not paying attention, because I don't think I mentioned it. He is going to keep doing these trades. He has probably less of an army up here, but again, he is just very cost efficient when it's minerals versus minerals. Those Zealots can't even go into attack. You see him splitting his Marines behind his Marauders when those Zealots come near. The Marines definitely do more damage to the Zealots than the Marauders, but the Stalkers are just going to overpower Marine King right here. Stim is almost done, but not quite yet, so he is going to turn and fight this battle. Try to get one more Stalker down. It will be one more hit. There he goes. Does clean up that Stalker. RageQuitTV still has 3 Stalkers, but that's not enough to split up his forces, as 2 medevacs now being produced by Marine King. Engineering bay is being built. What does he see of RageQuitTV? He doesn't really see anything. He is getting that engineering bay mainly for upgrades, but he may want to get a missile turret out in case RageQuitTV does switch over into DT play, because Marine King, he hasn't really scouted the second gas timing. I don't think he hasn't scouted any of the gas timings for RageQuitTV, so he doesn't know how much RageQuitTV could just be banking. So it's better safe than sorry. He is getting that +1 weapons upgrade because why not? But the engineering bay, a great investment. He hasn't really seen that many sentries out of RageQuitTV, and without seeing the gas timing, as I did mention, and no sentries, he's maybe wondering, you could have a lot of gas stored up somewhere and be going for something tricky. But RageQuitTV is going to be going for that charge upgrade. Marine King doing a drop, knowing RageQuitTV's forces are very thin. And now the drop is going to come down. He is going to be targeting this one pylon, taking it out, and may try to take out all the pylons. The Stalkers are coming in, and no, he is just going to go. Oh no, he is switching back for those pylons. One last pylon powering all those gateways, and there he goes. He takes it out, gets up in that medevac. No more reinforcements for RageQuitTV. RageQuitTV going to build multiple pylons there, so there's no Artosis pylon ever there. Marine King was doing something fancy with that medevac. Going to be dropping, doing some more damage. Almost takes out that sentry. The factory over here, few Marines were here trying to take out a probe or 2. Looks like 2 probes. They got quite a few, actually. Going to this worker kill count, Marine King has killed 15 probes. The count is 50 SCVs to 43 workers. Marine King does see the Twilight Council with this high Zealot count, so he knows RageQuitTV most likely going to be going for charge. And he is going to clean up this one pylon that does turn RageQuitTV upside down and makes him a very... Oh no, he just had a pylon finished. Never mind about that. We do have Zealots coming out. That charge now just completing. RageQuitTV starting a Templar Archives because he has so much gas stored up. Marine King, though, just cutting those Zealots all day, and now goes up in those medevacs. Those Zealots cannot go into the main. Marine King is going to be taking out these pylons. He could. There he goes, switching up. Takes those pylons right back out. Those Zealots are very slow, and this is what is dangerous about rushing that charge upgrade. The Zealots doing some damage, but Marine King finishes off all those pylons. RageQuitTV forced to rebuild those. Supply capped, but also production capped. No gateways are unpowered. Or no gateways are powered. Marine King sees his Templar Archives, but He knows it's just Zealots, and once these Zealots come down, he is probably just going to be doing that drop right back up there. And there we go. Marine King is going to come right back on up, take these pylons out, and that will seal the game. Marine King hitting a superb timing against WhiteRa when WhiteRa going for those charge lots. And that just shows you the benefits of being so overly aggressive. And there we go. This Marine's going to get clawed by these Zealots. WhiteRa going to try to go for a base race. But Marine King, he can take out both these Nexus, and those probes dancing a little bit. As the Zealots do come here, SCVs put off the line because all he has to do is survive this. There goes the GG. But let's just talk about exactly what happened behind all that. Marine King did get his third base up. WhiteRa was starting on his third base. But since Marine King was with that constant aggression, he never let up on it. He could see exactly what WhiteRa is doing is build kind of the perfect technique to beat WhiteRa. He saw the high Zealot count. He saw that Twilight Council. He knew charge was coming. So he kept them right back here. He guided those Zealots back, did the drop into the main. And if he wasn't so aggressive, he would not have been able to hit that timing, because by the time he saw the charge, it would have been too late, as WhiteRa was going for this Temple Archives, which can feed back the drop ships and do some damage there. But most importantly, it's a very small, like 2 or 3 minute timing Marine King could hit. And he hit that perfectly, keeping on the pressure, keeping that stalk count so low so the medevacs could not get damaged. And then seeing the charge, he's like, okay, I'm just going to win the game now. Very beautifully played by Marine King. And a few things while I'm going into the SC2 gears. We have now extreme settings on StarCraft 2, because I realized I did not need to broadcast to Twitch anymore, which allows me to be capped by my PC, which I can handle 1080p and extreme locally. Also, I found the setting for that blood, as many people don't like black blood for some reason. I never even noticed it, but the blood should have been red. So, we're going to be opening up the SC2 gears right now. It shouldn't really tell us too much, just because of how short the game was. But you can always oogle at the APM and all that stuff. So here we go. In this one tab, we do have Marine King macro APM at 70, his micro APM at 185. WhiteRa 46, his micro is at 131. Redundancy for Marine King 23, WhiteRa at 32. EAPM 195 versus the 119. Of course, Marine King does have the higher EAPM. Going over into on this stuff, you have 13 stims being used, 11 mules, 27 chrono boost. Marine King with 293 attack moves, WhiteRa with 243. And that's a little bit of an odd one that I normally don't see. Gather Terran, so and return cargo. I wonder if he still tries that mineral pairing trick or something and just queues those up. That is a little bit odd. Let's see. Do I have other replays of Terran? Yeah, I do. I have plenty. Let's go to Puma's game. His 30-minute game. Let's go into this. You see, there's none. None of that sorts. So that's a little bit odd for Marine King right now. That was an old glitch where you could get slightly more minerals if you spam the return cargo and gather minerals. That's just odd. Pretty cool, though. Maybe it works on mules. Who knows? Marine King, though, showing he does that. And that's why you open these games up in SC2 gears, so you can just see those little odd things. Going over into unit tiers, really not too much going on here. You can see these periods of WhiteRa not building anything. That's more than it should be right here. He is, the pylons are going down and stuff. These may be small supply caps. I don't really know exactly what was going on there. Medevacs. It says WhiteRa is platinum. I guess he just hasn't played that many accounts on, that many games on this account. It did come from WhiteRa himself, so I know it was him and Marine King. So, this is the unit tiers. The orange is going to be Medevacs. The blue going to be mainly Marines. Green going to be Marauders. For WhiteRa, blue Zealots. Green is either Sentries or Stalkers. And we can see how many Sentries he ended up building that game by clicking ability groups and units. You do have 2 Sentries. Unit tiers. Really not too much. Resources spent. Looks like WhiteRa spent a little bit more than even on this gas by 25 gas. WhiteRa mined more than Marine King. So let's see. What can we really look at in this game? Let's go to that early stage of this game and see exactly what was going on. Let's see, let me pull XSplit back up so I can ensure I changed the scene. There we go. Let's go back into this game. Early stages. What are you doing, Marine King? First, maybe we can see... Yeah. So let's go in Marine King Vision. Normal. What are you doing? You're mainly just looking for these SEVs that are individually selected. Doesn't look like he's doing it right now. Go when he gets his first mule. That's the supply depot. Bear. Because I know back there when you did that trick, it allowed the mule to get one more trip in. So, see, does he ever select this mule now? That is what we have to look at. Doesn't look like he's selecting it. There he goes. He's selecting, I think, all his workers.
Add-on complete.
Go back. Go at normal speed. Is he selecting them all? Yeah, he's selecting them all. Maybe he doesn't want selecting all of his workers. I have no clue what he does.
Complete.
But there is a small thing, and maybe I'm overreacting and that is expected. And I'm just new to SC2 gears and haven't really seen that. Whoops. There we go. But, yeah. Interesting. There it is. So, okay. Anywho, hope you enjoy the game. Take care, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.